Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This time we're on episode 25. Last we left off, Gluttony swallowed Ed and potentially Envy as well. So I don't really know what's going to go on. They've been sucked into the pocket dimension of the belly of Gluttony. So I don't really know what's going to happen with that. I guess we're going to see either Ed's going to have to find his way out alone with potentially with Envy's help, because I don't think Envy wants to be stuck in there either. Or maybe they're just going to fight inside of Gluttony, and that'll happen as well. I really don't know. It could go any number of ways. So that still needs to be resolved. And at the same time, we have the whole confrontation of Roy with Bradley and all the people in the council. I really don't know what's going to happen with Roy. I don't know if he's going to be sort of a fugitive, basically on the run now, or if there's going to be some sort of battle or confrontation. What we know is that Roy is an important candidate for sacrifice, so Bradley probably doesn't want to just like outright kill him, and he probably can't do that too much while being in front of all the council and stuff. You get the point. We don't really know what's going to happen for either of our two storylines that we've got going on right now. And you know, Al is just kind of out there with Gluttony as well, so I don't know if they're going to continue to fight or not. Really, we have a lot of action to look forward to this episode, I'm assuming. Thank you guys for supporting this reaction series thus far. If you want to see the next episodes right now, you can go head on over to my Patreon. Episode 26 will be over there on the Soul tier, and episodes far past that, many weeks ahead, at least over a month ahead, are available on the Ascended tier. The reactions there are also bonus length, so you get more reaction, more discussion, and I'm also really receptive to the comments over there and the feedback. So, you know, if you guys got something you really want me to read through a comment or whatever, that's your best place to do it. All right, we're venturing into basically a whole new territory now, so I don't know where we're going to pick up, but I guess it's about time to see. We probably also have a new opening coming pretty soon. Probably not there yet, maybe a couple more episodes, but I'm expecting it any day now. Let's get into the episode. All right, let's see it. Right into the belly.
Can anyone hear me? Hello? Anybody? What the hell is this place? Damn it.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy power.
That idiot, Prince!
Who do you think you are to call me that?
Oh yeah, Ling's in here too.
Ling!
You can't call the future emperor of a nation an idiot.
You alright?
This is good. I forgot that he was getting in, got in here as well.
What's wrong?
Could be Envy.
How do I know you're not envy in disguise?
Oh, come on. Do you want me to recite the hotel room service menu from top to bottom?
Yes.
Alright, you're Ling.
What about you? How do I know you're not envy? You little runt.
You come a little run to death!
That's enough proof.
Okay, it's really you.
Episode 25, Doorway of Darkness. Awesome. Ominous title, but
Get here.
makes me think of the Truth Door.
Last thing I remember, Gluttony swallowed us whole.
It's lucky that
Think this cavern is
none of their limbs got left behind like Al's did.
Most likely. Look, there. That's the abandoned house where we were hiding. Also, check this out.
The car.
That's the lieutenant's car.
And I'm guessing all the fire is from the Colonel's attack.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that proves it. But how could Gluttony's belly be this huge?
I have no idea.
Have you seen
I
them?
sincerely doubt that this is a very pleasant place.
Give me that.
What is it?
Poor Al, always losing parts of his armor. He's not gonna have anything left.
This place is like a wasteland of buildings and human remains. They're all from different time periods.
I'm starting to wonder if there's even a way out of here.
If
Does Ling have his sword?
Now make us one.
You will.
Probably pretty useless without it.
Where?
Okay, now drop the torch.
Oh, I get it now. Here goes.
Ed could probably make him a sword though.
You should have heard it land by now, right?
A wall! There has to be a wall!
There has to be! No matter how huge this place is, if we keep heading straight, we're gonna reach the edge! There's gotta be some kind of exit somewhere!
I still haven't
Oh,
found
hey.
it yet. Where is she? It isn't like her to just disappear like this.
Isn't she with
Got eaten by
Al,
a
right?
dog or something.
Eaten?
I was joking.
My family, the Chang clan, is one of the lowest ranked houses out of the 50 clans that make up the Shang Empire. We have little to no power at all.
That's cute.
Maybe that's why I was drawn to her. She looked so helpless and weak, I couldn't help but identify with her.
I mean, who wouldn't take care of it? Come on, look how cute it is.
I guess I just took pity on her more than anything.
Bite? Yeah. Okay, take it back.
But that changed, and she became a part of my family.
Oh my
We so much
God.
together. She's always been with me.
Panda's
It's
ripped.
so wrong not having her here now.
Why would you risk your life like that for something as preposterous as immortality?
Because it's the last hope that my clan has. If I don't return with a method for attaining immortality and present it to the Emperor, it's almost certain my clan will perish. That's why I
pretty
risked my
much
life crossing the desert.
the exact same as Ling. So I don't know exactly what the comparison is going to be yet, but obviously Mei Chang has a very, very similar, if not the exact same motive as Ling Yao does. And, you know, they both seem to be pretty good people from what I can tell, but there is going to have to be some level of difference between them that's going to be pointed out at some point. Usually when two characters are written to have similar motives or something similar like that, it's usually not because the author isn't creative enough to come up with different motives or, you know, is lazy or something. Usually it's because the author intends to draw some sort of difference between them or compare them in some sort of way. So even though I don't know what it is yet, Mei Chang and Ling Yao are probably going to separate at some point. They're going to divide to really show why they're different or how they're different. And it's probably going to dive more into that. And I have a feeling it's probably more to do with their characters and personalities or their morals or the choices they make regarding their motive, such as potentially, you know, how far will Mei Chang go for immortality like compared to Ling? And we've already got a kind of hint that Ling Yao is starting to question, you know, is this really worth it? We had that happen with Lan Fan losing her arm and really starting to make him question how much sacrifice will I have to get immortality? If I knew there was going to be this much sacrifice, then maybe I shouldn't have like taken up this quest or not. So in the end, it might be any number of things. We might know what it is or we might not. We're just gonna have to wait and see with that. And come to think of it, the panda is probably going to be Mei Chang's route to get into the story with Ed and Al. Last time Mei Chang showed up, the only time that she was really like in contact with them was when she was defending Scar. She didn't, you know, question whether they were good people or not. She just kind of assumed them to be enemies because they were enemies of Scar. But I imagine since the panda will have been taken care of by Al, especially Al because Al loves animals, she's probably going to see them in a new light and, you know, take the time to talk to them, to give them her thanks. And just thinking more about her backstory and how she was talking about things. And this is just speculation, and I'm not saying any of this like for certain at all, but maybe there is some comparison with Ling Yao when it comes to the fact that, you know, the panda is Mei Chang's companion, whereas Ling Yao has like Lan Fan and the older gentleman. To me, it seems more like Mei Chang sees the panda as an actual companion, as a good friend, and it sort of is a strength together. They're on equal terms, whereas Ling Yao kind of has subordinates. And of course, I'm not saying that Ling Yao doesn't treat his subordinates like his friends, but there definitely is a sort of power difference there, which is the one way that I think Ling Yao actually differentiates from Greed, because, you know, I keep saying it, I keep comparing Ling Yao to Greed because there's so many comparisons with his search with immortality and all that, and I see so many comparisons like them. The one way I notice that he's different, though, is that he doesn't treat his subordinates like his property, kind of like the Greed that we knew did, which gives me good hope for Ling. Let's get back into it.
Sir?
We've got some time before the sun comes up. There won't be as many guards patrolling the streets.
He's like, I'm just gonna go kill some people real quick.
You mean you're gonna help me try to find her?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
His people were completely wiped out during the Civil War a few years ago. That's right. He knows a thing or two about loss.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he can identify with your worries about the fate of your clan.
That's true. I mean, the ishval were kind of seen as the disposable people.
Coming or not?
Maybe kind of like
Let's go!
her clan is. Maybe there's some parallels to be made there as well.
This is really starting to get old. Blood doesn't make for good terrain.
I noticed. And we're still not any closer to an exit.
I'm starving to death.
As soon as
At least you won't be thirsty.
I'll let you order anything from room service. Now you can eat as much as you want. And sleep
Wow.
as long as you like. Ling?
Oh yeah, he is a bit like frail, right?
Tell me, you're giving up so soon? Are you that pathetic? It's bad enough when you collapse in the street, but here? Get up! Come on! Quit being so weak!
Damn.
Just go. You spineless jellyfish! Alright, fine then! Give up and die if you want, but you're not dragging me down!
That's.
I'm seriously leaving you here!
I don't think he is giving up by choice, Ed.
Not messing around, Ling!
I thought you were gonna leave me behind.
There's way too many
Of course they
people
wouldn't.
I'd be letting down by dying here. And you've got people waiting for you to get back too, right?
That's right. Ew.
The goods are edible. We've got a meal.
Hell no. It's soaked in blood.
Here you go.
You don't have athlete's foot, do you?
My foot is made of metal, you idiot!
Just you get tetanus.
Man, that shoe filled me up.
I'm sorry, man.
Did not think we'd be eating shoes this episode,
It's
but
all my fault that you're here.
here we are.
It's not. Besides, this place is a joke compared to what my teachers put me through. It just sucks that we have no idea where this place is. But that's alright. As long as we've got our help, we can find an exit out of here.
You're sure optimistic.
Not really. I'm just stubborn. And if I even think about giving up, I have Al's iron fist to look forward to.
At least one of them.
What's wrong?
There's something out there.
Hey, Envy, what's up?
I thought so. I should have known it'd be you guys.
It's definitely envy.
Please show me the way out of here!
You're just going to start begging the enemy for help like that?
If it means surviving, I'll be his best friend!
Talk
It
about
doesn't
something.
matter because there is no exit.
Hmm.
You've really gotten us into a fine mess. I can't believe you got me swallowed with you.
You just said swallowed. So we really are inside Gluttony's stomach?
Well, yes and no. See, it's a lot more complicated than that.
Do
Just
say.
ask the I mean the alchemist. He should have realized what place this is.
I did notice something when Gluttony swallowed us. It was like I had a familiar feeling.
So you do remember then. This isn't the first time you've been through this.
Right, it's kind of like truth, right? Yeah, it's the eye.
Portal of truth. But it wasn't pitch black and filled with a sea of blood. It was more like an entirely white void.
Oh yeah? So that's what the real one looks like.
The real one?
This is like a fake one.
Failed experiment by our father to create his own portal of truth.
He's a what?
Despite how powerful our father is, he still couldn't create one. We're trapped inside a defective portal of truth. So
Interesting.
this place, it exists somewhere in between reality and truth.
In between?
And I can assure you that there's no way out of here. The only option we've got is to sit here until our strength runs out. And that's it. All we can do is wait here to die.
Huh, well that's bleak.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
It's a lot more bleak than I was hoping for, but
Fullmetal
I mean, there's gonna be a way out. Okay, so taking this one step at a time, this might be a failed part of my memory because, you know, sometimes when you watch these episodes weeks apart, you end up forgetting minute details. I'm not quite sure if this is the first time Ed is hearing mention of the father, right? I know we know it, and it's potentially possible that he heard it one time before this, but this could be important as, you know, the first time he's hearing a homunculus talk about father and how the sins are the homunculi are experiments of the father. So putting that aside for a moment, we have to start asking ourselves, why would father want to create a new portal of truth? The only thing that I can really gather from that is that there is something within the actual portal, the actual truth, that father desires. And up to this point, we don't actually know what it is father desires, what he actually wants from everything that he's doing. Is it the entity of truth itself? Is it some sort of ultimate knowledge of alchemy that the truth provides? Is there some aspect of truth that we don't even know about yet that Father wants to attain? Either way, that's a pretty major plot point that they tossed in, and I'm assuming there's going to be a lot to develop within that. This is also the first time that Ling Yao is hearing more directly about something like truth. We know that he's on his quest for immortality, so how will this affect his view of everything, really? Is seeing how awful this place is going to want to change his mind at all? To be honest, I have no idea how they get out of this situation. The actual portal of truth, they kind of just get tossed out of on their own. Like it's an automatic process. They didn't really choose to leave. They kind of got kicked out. But obviously that doesn't seem to be the case for a situation like this. So I guess it's going to be like I theorized, and they're all going to have to put their head together and try and figure out a way out. What that way is going to be, I really have no idea.
No way. Don't think I'm falling for any of that crap. I know you're lying to us, Envy. You're lying, aren't you?
I don't think so.
There really isn't a way out. We're gonna die here.
Wait. No. Hold on. I can't die here.
We're really...
I die.
Yeah.
We made a promise and he...
It'd be a really awful way to die, too.
To normal. Damn it! I want to know who your father is. Who would try to create their own portal? It's Fuhrer Bradley, isn't it?
What, are you serious? Huh, nice try, but King Bradley's nothing more than a homunculus.
Told you so.
The fifth laboratory. Human lives sacrificed to make Philosopher's Stones. Homunculi. And if the Fuhrer is on your side, then I'm guessing you're the ones behind Ishval.
Oh, Ishval!
Oh no.
I couldn't have asked for a more enjoyable job than that. You remember the incident that started the war, right?
Wait.
I heard it was because a military officer actually
Was
shot an ishval
it Envy disguised as one?
And the one that proudly pulled the trigger was none other than yours truly.
Wow. Wow. What? There's whoa. That's packed.
Yuki told me.
That is packed with implication.
You have no idea how good that felt. I ravaged their entire country with a single bullet. I mean, talk about invigorating.
Okay, scratch them working together. It's not gonna happen.
The officer that I pretended to be, he was actually a moderate who would always publicly oppose the military's occupation in Ishval. And listen to this. The poor fool couldn't come up with a plausible defense and they court-martialed him. You know, I don't think I'll ever get over how easily manipulated humans are.
So you're responsible. You were the one who shot and killed that poor innocent child.
I'm speechless, to be
You
honest.
destroyed my hometown.
You drove out the Ishvalans. You're the one who turned Scar into a murderer.
And it was you.
You're the reason Winry's parents were killed.
Yeah,
You're
kind
the
of.
one to blame.
What the hell? He didn't budge.
Okay then, if that's how you want it.
Ed, get back!
Oh boy. We don't really know what Envy's fully capable of.
You boys something neat before we die. Consider it
True form?
Did you notice his footprints back when we were all fighting in the forest?
No.
Right, heavy.
What's your point?
Big.
Just that
Probably.
he's freakishly heavy for the size of his body.
Right, I did notice that.
Be a bit bigger than he looks.
What is he? Dinosaur? Oh. Ew. Well, that's horrifying.
What the hell? How is that a homunculus? They're supposed to be artificial humans, right?
Wow. Okay, whoa. That's I don't know how do I react to that? That's interesting. So is this supposed to symbolize like all the faces that Envy can potentially take on? That is actually terrifying. Yet another plot twist I did not see coming, but it just hit me with it. I didn't really think anything about the soldier that killed the child to start the Ishval War, but I guess with it being such a key event, I should have maybe considered that it might have had something to do with them. I don't know. It's as awful as it is to say, especially in a, you know, oppressed race sort of thing. Terrible things do happen, and they do happen kind of without reason. So I thought this was just one of those things that like it was just a kind of like a hate crime, or it was genuinely an accident that kind of sparked to something out of control. But of course it would be Envy. With the information that we have so far, especially now that we have this piece, Envy is probably responsible for the most tragedy and the most, you know, damage, especially plot-wise, this whole series so far. You know, we have the fact that he killed Hughes. He started the Ishval War, which Butterfly affected, you know, all the way from everything that happened with Scar, with Winry's parents, all the awful PTSD that basically every alchemist, state alchemist that went through the Ishval War had to deal with, including Roy. Envy has a lot to pay for and clearly does not regret a single bit of it. Setting aside the fact that whatever he just transformed into is clearly one of the farthest things from human, and setting aside the fact that Envy can transform into any human that they like, Envy actually turns out to be like one of the most antithetical things of what Lust actually talked about in the first place. Because when you recall, when Lust faced off with Roy, Lust kind of gave this whole spiel like, oh, but we are human. Just like you, we are human. It's just that our hearts are different than your hearts. But even taking away all the abilities and all the interesting things that Envy can do, Envy definitely has some of the least human qualities about them, including a lack of empathy, which is arguably the most human emotion of them all. Yeah, I was wondering what was going to happen with this. I mean, I guess he's not supposed to kill Al.
What do I do?
Just,
No idea.
What do I do? I'm scared. I don't want Father to be mad at me.
What did you say? You have a father?
Uh-huh.
Is he the one that made the homunculi?
Envy, or sorry, Gluttony might be too stupid.
Where does everything he swallows go? It's gotta be some kind of trick.
Or maybe Al can get them out.
Think. We made a promise and Brother might still be alive. I can't just give up now.
You got this, Al. Figure it out.
Will you take me with you? Will you take me to meet your father?
I guess so. He'll be happy since you're a human sacrifice.
Oh, sure, right. That's why he'll want to meet me. And I guess I'll find out what that means.
Yeah, I mean, risky.
Sacrifices.
Okay, we're back into this.
We still have Kimberly. I doubt that Kimberly could muster up the nerve it takes to open the portal. That
What? They all know about this?
been progressing along with
Huh?
Mustang's candidacy.
That's a question for the Führer. He plans on having a nice long talk with him.
Why do they all know about this? Huh?
Tell me.
Wait, that confused
why are
me.
you bothering to let me live? I saw you at General Hughes's funeral. Your hands were trembling. So did you fake that as well?
Why must everyone make such a fuss over the death of a single soldier? The moment a soldier dons his uniform, he accepts the reality that he might be buried in it. And about my hands, Hughes's child screeched throughout the entirety of his funeral. My hands were trembling with anger.
How can you even say such a thing? You have a child too.
You're speaking of Salim? He's more well-behaved than that.
And how do you think he'd react if he found out that his father was a homunculus?
Right about that.
Was that a threat? You'll have to do better. Salim will never work as a point of weakness in my life. But you, on the other hand,
Salim probably already
know
knows.
exactly who to use as your weak.
I think. What, Riza?
They transferred you?
And I'm not the only one. Rada's being sent to the Western Command. And Warrant Officer Fallman's been reassigned to the Northern Command.
Yeah, I mean, this should set off every red flag that they're onto you, or that they know exactly what's up. Oh god. Who's this dude with the cheekbones?
Lieutenant Hawkeye?
Yes, sir.
I'm Yakovlev from personnel.
Like I can
Am I being transferred?
look both ways at the same time, crossing the street.
To Fuhrer Bradley. I need you to take this.
First Lieutenant Riza Hawkeye is to report for duty at Central Command Center as personal assistant to Fuhrer Bradley.
Ooh.
It's as simple as that. She'll be under my watch from now on.
I mean, ew. How are they gonna survive this? Seriously.
Can you make a weapon?
You got it. With this ocean of blood, there's plenty of iron to work with.
Fair enough.
You have the tackiest sense of taste.
Come on. I think it looks pretty damn sharp myself.
Haha. Get it?
Can we take him?
I doubt it.
This is disgusting looking.
He's a giant monster. And then on top of that, I'm pretty sure he broke 2 of my ribs.
Yeah,
He's also homunculus, can't really kill him.
but that's beside the point.
Well, I guess if you do enough damage over enough time.
Him with some pain.
Are you sure this is the right way, Gluttony?
Uh-huh.
But this is the way. It can't be. Your father is living in Central?
Got a long walk. Well, that was a lot. Yeah, that was a packed episode. You know, one thing I came into this show kind of worried about whenever I was considering this for a reaction series, I really couldn't know, because, you know, I've never seen the show. I really couldn't know if it was going to be like good to react to. Like, I didn't know if there was going to be enough each episode to talk about, you know, because I didn't know if it was going to be slower paced or not. Like, I kind of got the vibe that it might be a slower paced show that kind of, you know, spends its time with the world building and this and that. And sometimes it does take its time. Some episodes are a little less packed than others, but then they go and they hit you with an episode like this. I just feel kind of done. There was so much to this one, so much happening at any given point. Like, I don't know how I can stop and talk about everything, especially without the time to sit here and digest everything that's happening. So we got everything going on in Gluttony's stomach. We've got everything going on with Roy and Bradley and Roy's crew on top. And then we have Alphonse getting taken by Gluttony to go meet Father. And that's huge too. Like, it's kind of a similar situation that Ling was in earlier, that if Al figures out who Father is, if Al sees who Father is and learns too much, then I really don't know how Al can be allowed to live at all. Of course he will, because Al is Al. You can't just take him out of the story, especially not a third of the way through, or I guess we're getting kind of near halfway through, but it's way too early. And they also brought up Kimberly, because Kimberly's a human sacrifice too, apparently, a sacrifice candidate. And we still, you know, we saw a glimpse of Kimberly on like episode 1, and we've gotten little dabbles here and there of Kimberly, but we haven't ever really seen him. We haven't heard from him or anything. They've just kind of slowly built him up. Eventually, he's going to have to enter the story. He's probably going to enter the story at just the right crucial moment. And I can imagine he's going to be a sort of natural enemy to Scar as well. Come to think of it, maybe that is really where Scar sort of turns sides and starts helping everybody once Kimberly comes in, because I have a feeling Kimberly's going to be probably more of a natural antagonist than Scar actually is. And with the whole Ishval war, obviously Scar and Kimberly are going to have a lot to fight about. But let's put that one aside for now. The fact that the entire military council knows about human sacrifice really kind of threw me off. How do they know all that? Why do they know all that? What does that mean that they know all of that? I don't know. What an episode. The show is exhausting, but it's very good. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have a lot to look forward to in the next episode, and probably in every coming episode from now on, because it's just keeps building and there's more and more stuff. But until we get there, I will see you guys in the next one. Later.